Good morning. Good morning, and how are you? So, as you know, I wasn't here yesterday. I was celebrating my wedding anniversary, 35, with my best friend. And yes, we had a lovely day. And thank you for all the wishes. I'll be getting in touch with folks later. But what happens, and this kind of came up for me yesterday, what happens when you find yourself sad for no reason? Or you find those moments where joy and sadness live side by side. Because that happened to me yesterday. And that's what we're going to be discussing today. Because I always bring my experiences. I have my phone here, so that's why I'm kind of playing around. And because I always bring my experiences to you so we can learn together. So, my name is Karen. I help folks explore their joy, to increase their joy day by day by day by day. So let's be joyful. Whoever has come on just now, please drop a heart, drop a like. Let me know you're here. Facebook, I still yet to figure out comments and whatever on Facebook. So if you make a comment, I will definitely see it afterwards. I have my phone set up here to see if I could catch comments that way, but we'll see what life brings. So as I was saying, yesterday was my 35th wedding anniversary, and yes, we had a lovely day, thank you. But what I found, interestingly enough, was that throughout the course of the day, not the whole day, of course, but throughout the course of the day, I found myself feeling sad, which I thought was really interesting because, your wedding anniversary, provided you have a good marriage, is a good thing, it's a happy thing. But I found myself feeling sad. And in those quiet moments, I was remembering people that were at my wedding that, frankly, are just no longer here. My parents, my in-laws, certain relatives and friends. You know, at the time when you're having these events, that these are events in your life. They're kind of the things that pop up in your life, births, marriages, and you take photos knowing in the back of your head, if not in the front of your head, that you will look at these photos in years from now and certain people just won't be there. I remember a time when I was looking at my photos from when my husband was a child, teenager actually, and it was an event, and he was pointing out to me, this one's no longer here, that one's no longer here, that one's no longer here, that one's no longer here. And I remember feeling just so sad. And yesterday I was remembering all the people that are no longer here. And it made me sad. And I have to admit, though I would kind of like to say otherwise, I wasn't as aware of my sadness. I kept trying to push it away because that's what we do, right? That's what we do as human beings. When there's an emotion we don't want, that emotion we don't like, something that's not pleasant, we try to push it away, right? And I was doing a fair amount of that yesterday. I'll be honest with you. I will. Full transparency. I would love to come to you every morning and let you know that I've got this all figured out. Come watch me because I got it all figured out. I don't. Not even close. Which is why I've always said that this is an exploration. I'm exploring how to bring more joy into my life, and I'm doing it in a public way because I think that there's real value in going through this process together. Because let's face it, for some of us, joy comes naturally. I mean, I'm going to say this a different way. Joy is natural. It is our birthright. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Joy is our birthright. But very often, we just don't, we're not schooled in it. I'll say it that way. We're not schooled in it. We're schooled in anger. We're schooled in hurt. We're schooled in upset. We're schooled, or maybe it's just me. Maybe I was schooled that way. But I have a very strange feeling that if I was schooled that way, most people were also. Some might be more aware of it than others. And I'm not saying if you say to yourself, oh no, I'm happy all the time. Oh no, I'm joy. I'm not saying that you're not, that you're fooling yourself in any way. Yeah, you actually might be one of those rare people that are joyful all the time. And if that's the case, woohoo, I want to get to know you better. I want to be in your circle because I know a lot of people that are just not. That's just true. I mean, I'd love to say otherwise, but yeah, not so much. So, what do you do when you're having one of these really cool commemorative days? And 35 is a big whopping number by anyone's definition. And by the way, one of the things I was a little about was that I was looking forward to being able to have a really big something on my 35th anniversary. Not so much. That was more me. I don't feel comfortable at where we are in history. And I don't really need to be specific about it. We all know what we're talking about. But that's me. I don't feel comfortable. Others would. That's just a personal thing. I wanted to make a big deal about it when we had our 30th anniversary, but my father was dying at the time. And we knew that it was just a matter of days, weeks, And I did not have a head for anything remotely festive. Not even close. My mother had just passed. He was about to. They passed a month apart. And, I was remembering that yesterday too. I was. And I was not aware. We figure things out in 2020 hindsight. That's been my experience. So we're kind of experiencing something now. I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling joyful, I'm feeling whatever. And you don't know why. And it isn't until you're past the event that you go, oh, that was the deal. So what do you do when those situations, because what can happen and what almost happened? I stopped myself. What almost happened is I almost allowed myself to not to kind of let the sadness let the anger, because there was some anger involved with at certain people for certain things having to do with certain things way back when. I almost let that ruin my day. I did. Full disclosure. Not happy about it and certainly not proud of it. Boy, I'm feeling vulnerable today and I wasn't planning on it. But here we are. It all comes down to awareness. It really does. It really does. I had two moments yesterday. I remember this. I remember really super clearly. I was going off on something with my husband. We were outing and abouting. And he basically said, if you continue this, you are going to ruin your day. It stopped me in my tracks. Now, he has said these things to me before because I do tend to go off on things. And I would hear him, but I would never take it in. Yesterday, I took it in and I stopped. And it wasn't because he was, telling me to stop, dictating to me. And it wasn't that he was trying to put a muzzle on me. That wasn't it. He said it because he said it hundreds of times before. And I realized that he was right. And I stopped. And I had to make a mindset shift to, okay, we're not going to be playing in this arena, but what do I do if I don't do the habitual thing? And it took me a little while, but I didn't want to do it anymore. I just didn't. The second thing was that I made a decision that going forward, I have I have a habit of doing something that I'm frankly not going to share, but I have a habit of doing something. I behave in a certain manner that I don't particularly appreciate. We all have those. Yeah, I've made the decision to be more aware because I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm purposefully kind of skirting around the issue. So, what do we do when sadness pops up? Or when sadness or anger or what have you coincides at the same time, because we can feel more than one thing at a time, with joy. The first thing, and I wasn't this yesterday, the first thing is awareness. Just be aware. Oh, I'm feeling really sad. Oh, I'm feeling really angry. Oh, I'm feeling really fill in the blank. Awareness will help a lot. But then what happens when you become aware? I'm curious. Oh, how come anger is coming up? How come sadness is coming up? Why am I feeling annoyed? What's going on? Not to dwell on it and not to wallow in it, because you're looking at Queen Wallower here, but more just to be curious. Kind of like opening the door and seeing what's behind the door. Just more curiosity and more, like what's there? Why do I feel angry, sad, hurt, whatever? Why do I? Let's crack open the door. And really, sometimes, I'm not saying throw open the door. That could be way, 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 way too much. Maybe crack it open just a little bit to see what's there. And if you don't like it, you can close it. Because what we're talking about now might be some really heavy duty stuff that is inappropriate to navigate alone. We don't want to do it. It's inappropriate. We can harm ourselves. So we don't want to do that. We might actually want to be speaking to somebody professional, somebody in the clergy, maybe a best friend to help us and be with us if that's something that we want to be doing. But I was just giving you some thoughts about what I think is appropriate to do. Not even appropriate. That's way too strong. More what I did and what I did in hindsight. So I was aware in the present, oh, I'm feeling really sad. And then I tried pushing it away. But then this morning, last night, I started like, oh, why? Why? It was my wedding anniversary. It's a nice day. It's a happy day. Why was sadness coming up? And then I became curious. And I have enough resilience, strength. I've done a lot of personal work, a lot of personal work that I knew I could handle it. But this is something that you need to figure out. If cracking open the door is more than you want to handle on your own, you might want to speak to someone professionally, or a clergy person, or a best friend, or something. And I offer that to you as an option as well. Don't do it on your own if it's too much, because some of us have some heavy duty stuff coming up. So I would recommend not, but I was just sharing what I did yesterday. And if it resonated with you, if it makes sense for you, if it's in alignment with who you are and what you're about, yeah, awareness and curiosity. I hope this was helpful. I hope you gained value from it. I hope that it made sense to you. If it did, feel free to share it. If you're not on my mailing list, please come and join us. Please, please, please. Because we have fun there and there's some really cool stuff going on. And sometimes I email you a lot, sometimes not so much. Hop on over, KarenBromberg.com. You have a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.